was an episode of Survivor. Um, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I guess my first reaction is it's funny because although it felt like obviously new school and it had idol play and everything, it felt more old school because I think the strategy was a lot simpler. And for the first time in a while, I think we got a pretty just simple idea of everybody goes for one side and that's that plays the idol. Like that hasn't happened. Just like something that simple has not happened in a really long time. I also like that it was a player that we know and care about in Danny. Um, I enjoyed it. Obviously, Sky is not going to enjoy it as much, and our guest meme view. I don't know his thoughts. Bitter always hates everything, so he'll obviously hate it. But I'll go in order. Okay, Sky first. Tell us about how horrible it is because your hog riding partner Brandon got voted out.
Okay, well, let's just get this out of the way, right? Just because you're playing idol doesn't mean you're a good player, right? Because you're gonna get voted out. Like you're just lucky that you had an idol, you know? All right,
are you talking about Franny or Danny?
I just like everyone in general. Like this is why Wentworth isn't like an amazing player. Like she should have been like the merge boot of Cambodia, right?
But she found the idol and
just happened to have the idol, you know.
Sky hates idols now. He wants them to leave. He wants them out of Survivor.
Well, okay, so it was a good play. I think they should have seen this coming since.
Which again,
I don't get that part. I don't get how they didn't see this coming.
It felt like middle school Survivor, which is for me is like my personal favorite Survivor. So for me, I really enjoyed this. Like it felt like that there's strategy here, but it's just very simple, easy to digest and focus more on the people than someone having their alliance of 3 and them trying to make the best outcome. Like no, in the end of the day, 6 people got duped. It was really simple to understand, and most importantly, the lines were drawn this episode, both in the middle and now definitely after this vote, that it's Soka versus Ratu. And I just want to say to Bitter because he said, "No way, it can't be that." No, I told you
what. I completely agreed that it'd be against the 2 tribes. Okay. I want to talk about how this was not Franny's revenge tour at all. She was just a bystander, letting everything happen. Where's this killer Franny in the background?
I mean, how much more obvious does it have to be? I mean, she got her revenge.
No, you were talking like she's gonna play, like she's gonna make it happen. She just got lucky. Danny's like, I'm gonna play.
All I said was that her opposition to the Orange Tribe would create a division of Soka versus Ratu.
No, you were hyping up a revenge tour. You don't. There's no revenge tour just sitting there like, oh, you're gonna play an idol for me? Okay.
I don't know about all that.
Guess I'm staying.
I don't know about all that, but I think we can all agree it was a good. I mean, it does. You know what? Actually, hold on. I let Sky have his little moment while he sits depressed over his hog riding partner going home. I'll go to Meme View and we'll save the most negative for last. Meme, if you're here, if you could possibly bless us with your voice, what do you think of this episode?
She's muted right now. I don't know if
Meme hates this episode. Bitter, what do you think of this episode?
I just think we need to talk about how Survivor is attacking strong black men at the merge, and white women just keep getting a pass, get idols played for them. They didn't even do nothing. Like, come on, Survivor, be better.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, Meme has left. He did not like that take at all. But seriously, I'm just curious on your thoughts on the episode, especially compared to the rest of the episodes.
Oh, okay. So I just want to. Okay, so I think it was fine. It was nothing super bad or anything compared to the last 2 weeks. But I think Danny's move was a terrible move for him.
Hello.
I don't know if
finally it works now. It works. There we go. Okay.
There you go. Okay. All right. Bitter. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So Danny lost his meat shield by getting rid of Brandon, and he loses his idol for somebody else, and now he's gonna be a big target because he played an idol successfully.
To me, this kind of feels similar to again, it's much different because Tony and LJ was Tony's ally, whereas to a certain extent, I guess Brandon and Danny were on different tribes. Although I completely agree with you. Like it seemed like Danny and Brandon could have worked together, just like how LJ and Tony easily could have worked together and ran that season. And I think it's very similar to a move like that, where Tony takes out LJ. Is it an objectively good move? Maybe not. Is it amazing TV? compared to just watching a boring vote or like just a vote that we don't care about like last week as much. Definitely. So I'm happy with it, but I totally get your point about it not being the best move for Danny and him closing his options now to his own tribe, basically.
I also wish Survivor would have shown the breakdown of why Danny and Brandon are no longer working together.
I think I think kind of the whole Ratu versus Soka thing was pretty clear on that. No.
Yeah, well, it's clear that's
the two tribes. So they're on opposite tribes. That's it.
Brandon and Danny had a good relationship. So why is he gun ho about getting rid of Brandon first out of all those people? I don't get it.
I mean, maybe they could have shown why, but if they focus too much on, okay, Danny will be getting rid of Brandon, then I guess it would have kind of taken the mysteriousness out of it. I don't know. To me, I didn't really mind them not going into deep analysis as to why. It was clear because Brandon's a giant threat. And I do think that it was made clear that Danny was going to do this, and it was just a matter of if it was going to be this episode or if he was going to hold off. It was clear that it's Soka versus Ratu, and the biggest threat on Ratu is Brandon. I really think this was edited fine.
Fine. I'm just thinking
there was no problems here. I just can't possibly find a problem with the edit here.
Well, I just think it would have been a lot better if you would have had two players who were working together, had a good relationship, and then had to see them turn against each other here, because he gets blindsided by this.
I'm curious, Bitter. I mean, this is an argument. I don't know if I fully agree, but I definitely see the point here. Conrad says Danny's move is terrible. He's gaining numbers now, and I think I'll try to make his argument for him. If I get it wrong, Connor, let me know in the comments, but I'll try my best. I think what he's trying to say is that Danny now gains this alliance of 6 over the Ratu 3. Of course, It's not solid, but it's Heidi, who, I mean, shoot, after this episode, you never know with Heidi. She just told them randomly for no reason. But it's Heidi, him, Franny. I think Franny is locked now. Franny is good with him, and hopefully he can try and fill that Matt role, but not in that way. And so hopefully I think he has Franny. Hopefully Heidi's with him, and then he just has to solidify this Tika 3, and
he's
not. We
know that this is Modern Survivor. They are not sticking with Danny.
Okay, fine.
Right, when does a 6 stay together?
Okay, fine. Do you think that it would be almost a bit too obvious if Danny just got flipped on and blindsided this next episode, especially with them showing it in the next time on? It's just a bit too obvious to me.
Well, yeah, it might be too obvious. Maybe he wins immunity or something. That's why they show this. He'll just win, so there won't be a chance to vote him out. I don't see this being that great of a move in terms of him gaining numbers. The only number he gains is he saves Franny, but potentially he
definitely
number in Brandon.
No. Okay. Can we at least agree he's going to get Franny on his side? He has that.
Well, he already had her on his side.
I don't think that she was nearly as solid as she is now. 100% solid.
Okay. Yes, he now has Franny.
Okay.
You would hope 100%, but you never know.
Well, you never know, but I mean, I would really assume, especially after, Franny and Matt, like they get split up. But Franny also needs that pair. Go ahead.
Tony saved LJ, right, and then voted him out.
Right. It's very, very. I mean, it's not similar here, but it is. I think very cognizant of each other, just because both Danny and Tony play kind of a similar game, and on top of that, although it's different, I do think Danny takes out someone here who he could have played the game in a different universe with the entire way. Just like how Tony takes out someone who really did like him a lot in LJ and who really didn't do much wrong, just to make a move. So, I mean, clearly this is just a resume builder. I mean, if Danny gets to the end, he may win just off this move.
Do you think it's too early to make this move?
Definitely.
Because now he has to sit there as the only guy making a big move.
Definitely. But at the end of the day, he has now guaranteed that if he gets to the end, he has the best move in the game so far. I mean, it isn't even close. Like, really, the best move, I think, maybe in this whole new era. I mean, because there's not big moves being made in this new era. I mean, there's so much talk of, big move this, big move that. But nowadays, because everyone's so good and so bad at the same time, everyone's just constantly like voting out someone over the smallest reasons. Everyone's kind of scared to make a big move. So Danny did do that, and I have total respect for him, one, as a TV character, and two, as a player. Of course, he's going to have to rough the storm here, but if he gets to the end here, he's probably going to win off this one move. So I can say he definitely did himself favors here with his resume. It's just a matter of if he can convert here.
Let's play out the scenario if he doesn't use his idol to save Franny. He never even reveals it to anyone. Now he still has an idol that no one guaranteed knows he has because he hasn't told anybody. And
the Ratu 4. So now it's It's him, Heidi, and then the Tika 3 with the Ratu 4. So his only choice at that point would be to basically rope the Tikas in with him. That's his only path. He can do nothing else.
Well, don't forget, Brandon told Danny that they're voting for Annie, right? So he was working with Danny. So there's still a chance that Brandon stays with him. So I just like
you're really harping on this. Like Danny could have made the whole game with through Brandon. I just don't know how.
I'm just saying he traded Franny for Brandon. Like he got rid of Brandon for Franny, and he got rid of an idol.
I don't really see much wrong with that, because I do think Franny is a easier player to play the game with. She's not going to be nearly as aggressive as Brandon is,
and on top, be less of a target.
Right. Well, but that's fine though, because at the end of the day, Danny's a big target no matter what. I get it. He took out the other big target, but at the end of the day, you kind of just said it. He traded an ally for an ally, and at the end of the day,
he gave an idol too, though.
Right. Right. Exactly. He traded an ally, and an idol for an ally and a big move that is going to win him the game if he gets to the end. So I don't see why it's some sort of horrible move. It could have been too early. It could have been maybe the wrong time. I get it. But at the end of the day, the move is not bad. I don't think it's actively bad move. So.
If he gets voted out next week, do you say it's a bad move?
Well, obviously, yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right. We'll just have to see then. So if he gets voted out, next week, then you're right, and if he doesn't, then I'm right. I will take those odds.
What if next week he doesn't have those numbers that people are saying he now has at 6? What if that breaks apart as soon as next vote?
That's very much possible. It's just about keeping himself in the game. He can get whatever. Let's say one of the Tika members goes home, or let's say even Heidi goes home. It's just about keeping him and Franny for as long as possible and trying to play with the Tika members. And on top of that, I really do think that Tika does not want to play the game with Ratu. They keep saying they're in the middle, but I just I'm sure they'll flip to them at some point, but it's not going to be very often. I feel like in general the Tikas dislike the Ratu people more than the Sokas. And I just don't see. I just don't see what you see as far as Danny throwing away his game here. I think he makes a good move.
I didn't say he threw away his game. I just think it was not a great move.
What else could that mean if you say he made a bad move?
I'm saying there's still a chance for him to rebound. I'm just saying this, I don't think, made him in a better spot.
I think it's kind of up to be determined. I don't think it's something that you can just say right now, okay, this move is clearly just a bad move, and it's put him.
If you're on the island right now, who would you be your biggest target?
Danny. But I'm also watching the show though.
No, everyone. It happens every season. Anyone plays a successful idol is now the biggest target.
Bitter. We've had this entire part of the conversation about 5 minutes ago, where we have said that he's trading certain parts of this for the move and a different ally. I mean, it's very clear.
Okay.
All right. Now that we'd finished, just pointless. Meme. First of all, let's talk about your name here. I was shocked when I saw that. I was absolutely shocked.
Keith Nell. He was more entertaining than this entire cast.
Right? Yeah. It's just characters like that is what I miss. The not just like what I'm always talking about.
Stick to the plan.
In this new era, they just cast these average Joes, these normal people. You're just oh, that's just like me on TV, just with a different personality. That's just boring. And Keith is the exact opposite of that. Keith is the positive version on the other side, where you cast someone who's clearly not just a normal run-of-the-mill person, and it ends up working out perfectly, where he's super likable, partly because of the fact that he's not 100% normal. I mean, that's a tough one to hear for sure.
Talk about the obvious though, really quickly.
Go ahead.
Talk about the obvious.
Meme view. Go ahead.
This show is just super racist, you know. Every episode, there's been no white straight male that has gotten voted out of this show so far. This white straight male Danny voted a black person. That's messed up.
Meme. I've heard your argument out. I've thought about it for a second.
If you think about it, I think every single Kane didn't vote for
When I think of your argument and I really think it out, I've thought about it. I have to agree. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean, I doubted it, and then I just thought about all the facts and logic.
Like
And I was just
last episode, literally every single white person got on the same tribe that won, so they couldn't vote out any white people.
Wow, yo, like Jeff Probst is rigging the game. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Also, can we talk about how Kane's just like a fake Survivor fan?
What? Why?
He said, "Oh, this is going to be the first season where a tribe actually dominates." Like, bro, that's already happened before. Did you not see Boston Rob's season where he won?
Yeah,
I mean,
they only
knew right then.
Survivor to them is just modern Survivor, so that's 3 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like their like scope of Survivor, I'm sure, because that's like the people who get cast are the people who love this modern Survivor, and again, like at times people who just watched this modern Survivor. So I'm sure to him, he's only seen seasons past Cambodia. So his idea of old school Survivor.
Cambodia is the best season, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It is a very good season. I'm sure for him, like his idea of old school Survivor is like the Cambodia Cagayan era, which is crazy. And still like a very good era, but it's not old school Survivor.
This episode had the cringiest moment to ever exist, though, when Caroline stood up and said at the challenge that, "Oh, itchy," and then like started scratching herself. That was so weird.
I was not paying attention.
I thought she was taking a massive shit.
Yeah, I was playing Monster Legends. I couldn't.
Yeah,
Bitter. She said it like a 5-year-old. Itchy.
What do you think of Danny shitting his pants during the challenge?
I thought that was kind of funny.
That was pretty funny.
It's basically my thoughts of modern Survivor.
If that was like Carolyn, how like, oh my god, you
that would have been terrible.
So much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it just shows you guys.
Well, I thought women
don't fart, obviously.
Wait, you guys. So hold on, you guys can't talk at the same time. Hold on, Sky first.
I said it's because women aren't allowed to fart publicly.
Women can fart.
Anyways, meme second, and then Bitter third.
Yeah, I think the strategy was that it would smell so bad that Lauren would just get off the podium so she didn't smell anymore.
Like projectile vomiting.
Predictable, bro. It's like we already know who's gonna win the challenge.
She ended up dropping a link in his pants.
That's Danny's best strat he had tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that Lauren's gonna win, right? Because like she has the smallest feet, so like she had the challenge in the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's not like.
Are you happy to see Carolyn's edit kind of narrowed down now? She's getting less content now that the post merge is hitting. Does that make you happy, or are you how you find a way to be angry about it?
I mean, yeah, I don't like her, so not seeing her on TV is good for me.
Yeah.
But I do want to say I want to give the show a little bit of credit, right? So I did enjoy the part where Carson like really soft spokenly going, "You're awesome, Carolyn," and just cut to Carolyn going like in the net. That was pretty funny.
I thought for a second Bitter was actually going to give the show a compliment. I was like, wait,
no, that was a compliment. That was like they did that on purpose. That was the edit. But
I'm saying like the real part of the show, not the part not the challenge where Danny shat his pants, not that one.
Well, I thought that was funny that Carson, like the show is so hard now that Carson's throwing up from eating too much.
That was kind of cringe. I was like, Carson's kind of like, it's not that big of a deal, bro. He just threw up. Like, just chill out, bro. It's not.
Carson said 25% more gay this episode, and I don't know why.
He was like, it's the
gets
worst
gayer every episode, right?
It's so hard. And I was like, dude, all you did was throw up. Like, chill out, bro. It's not that deep.
I ate too many peanut butter jellies.
Bro, did you see the way that freaking Matt was looking at?
And he said he threw up 8 times, but I'm calling cap on that because they never showed that shit. So I don't. I'm calling cap on. I'm calling cap on that. I don't think that happened.
Yeah,
I don't think that happened. I do not think that happened. I think he threw up 1 time, and he doesn't want to look like a bitch, so he's like, I threw up 8 times. Oh my god!
Right.
It's like when you walk in the room, he's like, I just sit like he just does like 1 like bench press, like 100.
He like sprays water on himself.
What do you guys think of Jam here? Obviously, I think to this point, like he's gotten the most full edit. I get that she had huge spikes, but Carolyn's kind of like simmering out here, and it leaves Jam consistently getting. I mean, I haven't checked, but I'm sure 5+ confessionals almost every single episode of this season. What do you guys think of Yam's chances, especially now that he's kind of settled into a middle spot, and he's still gotten this giant edit so far? Do you guys see him as more of a blindside person, a person who's going to go out at 7 and be the big blindside, or a winner or a runner up, or what?
He's definitely a winner candidate because he's always shown as competent. He's not shown as making a buffoon of himself, which I think if he wasn't having a chance to win, he would be shown as more of a buffoon based off his kind of like character type that they cast him for.
Goofy type, yeah.
but he's shown as like it's kind of like Tyson in Blood versus Water, right? He's because Tyson's always the goofy character, but the
Right.
season he wins, he's shown as very competent and not as goofy.
Right.
So he's
What do
kind
you
of have
thi-
that kind of edit.
You know, I'm curious, like Bitter, right now, who do you feel like is most deserving of a win? Is it Danny, Jam Jam? Who is it?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Like watch. I'll put it this way. Like we're always like, wow, this person should not have won. Like, who should win right now? Like in your head, what person winning has the best conclusion for you?
I would say probably Yam Yam.
Yeah, I would
he's
agree.
Survived
Yeah.
the most stuff.
I would agree. I would like to see like a pretty crazy Danny blindside at like 7 or 6, where it's like nuts, similar to like how Jesse blindsides Cody, but not obviously not the same.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
circumstance.
Yam Yam sucks.
Okay, who do you like? Who's like your person who you're like, okay, like if this person wins, I'm happy. Sky, who is that?
Danny.
Danny. Okay. And then Meme. What do you think?
Matt, but he got voted out, so that's not gonna happen anymore.
Matt is your person. Wow.
Name one characteristic about Matt.
Yeah. So Bitter is
I
Bitter is
also
a
have social anxiety, and I kind of resonated with that. So that's
No,
well,
resonate with the Chad Danny and try to emulate him. Not
bro.
shit.
yeah. I mean, I think Bitter's Bitter's a professional hater. So I mean, that's literally like it's his job. So I mean, that
Name
is a
one
big part
character
of it.
trait of Danny other than him crapping his pants.
Oh, one
Dropping
characteristic
a
is that
shart in his
yeah,
pants.
he loves he's a good old prankster, likes to fart.
He's
when
a good
people
old
ask-
prankster.
He's a good old geezer.
He's a bad strategist. That's a character
The
trait.
thing is, I think every single characteristic is just their ethnicity.
I mean,
Is
kind of.
that why you like
he's
Matt
white.
because he's white? Is that
W.
Matt is Chinese.
He only
He's
likes
Asian.
half of them.
Matt is Asian, not white.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
What do
so
you
go
mean,
ahead.
did you not know that
Automatically,
Matt
he was
wasn't
Chinese.
I mean, I'll just like
Did you
I'll just
honestly
like-
not know that Matt was
Just
wasn't
like
Asian?
Matt is quote unquote straight. Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I wouldn't be surprised if Matt's like the kind of guy who's like a friend. He's like, let's have an open relationship. He's gonna be like, okay.
He would definitely say yes to that.
He's a zesty-licious fruitcake. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
like, what if we invited the guy in the list? He'd be like, yes, please do that. Like,
But then he gets jealous because Matt's getting
He's
more guys than
a-
she is.
yeah.
He's a zesty fruit pop.
But honestly,
Okay,
if I could pick one
anyways.
person to win the Stonewall game, probably Yam Yams, because it will like continue
Okay, fair enough.
the meme winner. the
Well,
meme
okay,
winners.
but is that your actual answer, or do you have like a real answer, like someone who you would
I don't know.
truly
This
be
cast
like
is just so
satisfied with?
suckish.
Truly be satisfied with?
I don't know. Probably like Danny, I guess. I don't know.
Danny. Okay, all right. So we're split half and half. I'm curious just because like I usually at this point in the season, for me, I'd be happy with like a decent amount of people winning here. It's more just like the people who I wouldn't. And my list is pretty short here. It's just not Jam. It's just Jamie and Lauren. I would be fine even with a Heidi win at this point because she's shown some sort of competence and
Except where she
strategy.
told everyone about the idol like right away.
And
Yeah.
also
I mean, who looks
completely
dumber
just
there,
ruined-
Danny or
I think
Heidi? Yeah.
Danny looks okay because he does figure it out before the vote, right? He figures
Right,
it out,
right.
which I thought that was the most competent where I've seen Danny is he figures out Heidi's the one that told everyone about the idol.
I mean, all he had to do was ask, but I get what you mean. Like he has friends to tell him so that he can ask, and then they'll confirm it or
So
whatever.
did Carson still vote for Heidi? For
Wait, Carson vote? Well, yeah, no. So
who did Carson vote for?
it was I believe the 4 who voted correctly were Franny and Danny, and obviously, and then I think that also involves Carson. No, Franny, Danny, Jam, and Carolyn, right? No. Jam.
No,
and
Yam
Carolyn.
Yam
Did
voted for,
Heidi not vote with him?
No. Yeah. Okay. Franny, Danny, Heidi, and I think it was Carson. I think they leave out Jam
I
and
can
Carolyn
fact
here.
check this real quick.
Yeah, go for it. But I believe Carolyn was left out and Jam was left out. It could be Carson and Jam, but that doesn't make much
Carolyn,
sense.
Danny, Franny, Heidi.
Carolyn was the person who was in on it, and
Hmm.
Danny and Jam and Carson weren't. Carolyn, really? Wow. Okay, all right, fair enough. I mean, I feel like that isn't the most important detail, so I'm not going to get mad at the show for not showing why.
Wait, Carson and Yam Yam voted for Franny even though they knew an idol was being played for?
No. Jam did not know. Carson did. Yes, did.
I guess it's
No,
maybe he
no,
played on
no.
himself. I don't
Heidi
know.
told Jam and Carson, at
Carson.
the same time.
So then I
Yeah.
think they. Oh, yeah, you're right. So then I think they they probably were for it, and they just like pretended to be shocked or whatever, and pretended to vote
like
for
they can
her.
still pretend that they got
Right.
blindsided too.
Right, exactly. Which is stupid
But
because
then
obviously
they can just tell
people are
them
going to
you
talk.
told them, yeah.
People are going to talk, and honestly, it would be really, really based if like Sokka and Ratu came together and just collapsed on Datika and just voted out one of them. But I mean, of course, they're going to keep their beef going, which is fine.
Also, aren't people worried about the resume of voting correctly? You know?
Yeah, which I think that's stupid. I would rather vote like wrong half the time and have like a big idol play or a big blindside or a big like crazy like vote split or whatever, than to just vote right every time and not have any moves. That's really lame.
I think voting correctly every time is overhyped.
That's overrated. That's one of the most overrated games.
Cassidy, I voted correctly every single tribal council.
Even though
we also a female, so you're not gonna win. And so
I love like Cassidy saying that. It's like, no, you didn't. But it's like that's just women logic. They just lie, you know?
Technically,
who cares if you voted correctly, bro?
Technically, you didn't vote correctly at the final tribal council because you didn't vote at all. How about that?
Ooh,
how about
got you there, and you're a woman,
that's
so
why
they don't want you to
43
win.
is so much better.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree because there's people like
bro. 44 isn't even done yet.
But then you get like, remember?
I think
Jesse and Cody were like, "No, Cassidy, you did not."
Like, bro,
make
what
that
if
move.
we just start kissing? Like, what if Yami and Carson just start kissing? Bro, is 44 still better, bro? Is 44 still better?
Sky is really just like imagining his fantasies right now.
I think it'd be hilarious. If Carson and Yam started making out.
That's interesting.
He wants
that is interesting. This is kind of off topic and really not important and like the last thing we would ever talk about on the show, but I just want to mention it because like Ricard was getting really pissed on Twitter that people like the news outlets were reporting on it, but I guess him and his wife, because like the person who is, I mean, it's his wife.
It is a girl.
It is. I mean, the quote unquote man got pregnant,
because
which means
his husband got pregnant. It's not mean she's a girl.
What about
so
it?
they got a divorce. They're divorcing.
I think they got divorced. Let's go, bro. They married.
Let's go.
Let's go. I thought you were gonna bring up Chris from Mr. Beast for a second. Where's this going?
Sky is celebrating, bro. Sky is fist pumping. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Because Sky hated Rick Ricard on the season. He literally preyed on Ricard's downfall the entire. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Like the OG viewers will remember.
I look on Twitter. It says Survivor, Ricard and husband, whatever. Still somebody just another point. Man, shut your ass. Nah, bro.
I'm interested to see if Ricard dates a guy next or a female.
Or like or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that's probable. But...
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Ricard retweeted the Keith thing. I would have thought he would just assume Keith was racist, but you know.
I think this episode is...
Go ahead.
I think this episode of Survivor does prove something really good for Survivor though, because it shows that votes like this, like with 10 people, are way better than whatever the frick happened last episode.
At the end of the day, like this was not. It's not like a standard vote. Like it was clear like an idle play that doesn't happen where 6 votes could get negated, but like one time a season, one time every other season, sometimes. And in this new era, we really haven't seen that many negated, I believe, at all. So I mean, it's a good Survivor, but at the end of the day, this is nothing special compared to like the most legendary moments in the show's history, and yet compared to the past 2 episodes,
yeah, like when Gabler won,
he had to tell his 2 kids that they were separating, bro. Like you're not gonna have 2 parents anymore in the same room, bro.
I'm gonna take
They're like,
Sky out.
I don't want 2 daddies.
Yo, you guys are being offy as hell right now. I mean, daddies? we what?
What? I didn't say anything.
Anyways, so I'm gonna let those guys cool off a little bit. But yeah, no, I think that the biggest part of this episode is that we saw good Survivor. What the hell? Yo, Meme View, what's that name going on? What the for those who may be listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Meme View has Daddy as his name. It's not
someone retweeted his like thing and it said, let's normalize separations. Like what, bro?
What?
You want to normalize divorcing?
That is some zesty fruitcake type beat, and I'm all straight with that. I mean, I think I was satisfied with this episode. I think it proves exactly what Meme said, which is that post-merge Survivor that actually is the post-merge is better than post-merge Survivor where you shrink everything down and make the votes basically just pre-merge again. Like what's the point in merging if you're just going to make it a pre-merge again? Just swap
That's why
God, I
merge
mean,
is
like,
always
it's
the most
just
exciting episodes because of how many players and all the
There's-
different
yeah, like-
dynamics, and they just cut that out.
Right.
It's like let's get rid of
Real
that. part.
talk.
they
Real
they, they
talk.
they they literally skipped their first two merge rounds. Imagine telling Survivor in Survivor, let's say Survivor Micronesia, your first two merge rounds just aren't gonna happen. You're gonna split up into tribes and vote.
It's
But
not
it's
even
not
really a merge
really
at
on
that
tribes.
point, bro. Just don't
Like
even
it's
merge.
just like to me, this will be the merge episode. For me, there's the earn the merge episode, and then there's the tribe split, I guess you could say. But and then this is the actual quote unquote
Yeah.
merge
No,
episode.
well, this is the first time it
So
actually
it's
felt like a
just-
merged tribal because they actually were all like able to vote
right,
and
and
stuff.
and it quote unquote merged at 10. That's like
Yeah.
what like
That's
heroes
like
versus villains.
old school Survivor.
All
And I will
stars,
say-
this is not good. This is not good.
I will say also Brandon Deli fits more as a merge boot as opposed to what it was. Who was the first actual merge boot of the
Definitely.
season?
Well,
It was
technically,
Josh,
right?
right?
But then, really, I guess you could say like what the show would consider the merge boot would be Matt, and then what we consider to be the merge boot would be Brandon. And I think Brandon does really fit that spot here.
Mhm.
And I'm
Even if
hoping
he,
this.
shouldn't have gone home, but that's a different story.
But you know what? I think lastly, just like I guess kind of my last thoughts here. I think this episode sets up the rest of the season very well to continue on with this very easy dynamic of Ratu versus Soka. Very simple, very easy to get and follow.
Well,
And I think
our profile picture.
and I think that really an important thing is that, and I say it all the time, it's very important to have two groups at the merge. It can divert from there, and we've seen it, divert a lot in this new era and in general new school Survivor. But you have to have two groups to start because it makes everything so much more simpler. Even if it's a group of 8 versus 4, think like Samoa, that there's always chances. But when it's just a bunch of individuals, to me, that's an L. That's an L because now you have like 13 different mindsets, and I don't really care about 13 different mindsets. I can get on board with 1 versus 1 because I can pick a group or I can not pick a group, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Bitter?
I'm just next time there's a 3-person starting tribe, and then you get to the merge and there's this really small tribe and then 2 big ones. Just vote out that gay little small tribe that's gonna screw everything up and probably win. There's always like this little gay little 2-3-some like Ricard, Shan, or like the one that we have this
Denise
season.
and Malcolm are gay and small, really?
I mean, okay, there's a few not gay ones.
Well,
but like most of the time,
she is
every
small,
time,
but she isn't.
She is small, but Malcolm isn't gay.
I
that
think-
small
I don't
tribe
know.
always win. Like that, they always like come out on top.
That is
I
very
disagree.
true.
I mean,
That is true.
I think Ua is a perfect, or Ua from Survivor 41 is a perfect example of how small tribes can just completely fall apart.
Yeah, well, Erica also won that
No,
season,
no,
so
but
it's like,
41 though, Shannon Ricard basically controlled that merge tribe for a long time.
I get it, but I think
Go-
with this
go-
new era, small tribes don't necessarily mean wins because there isn't usually 2 groups. This season is different because there's 2 groups. A small tribe in the middle, it does amazing, but in a usual like new era season, everyone is like has one ally, and then there's just a bunch of jumble, and there's like a new alliance every episode. And being in a small group really doesn't help because you don't have a lot of friends.
I think it helps because you're not a target anymore, like at all. Like if
I-
you can go into the merge with
yeah.
like 2 to 3 people, like no one looks at you as a target.
I stand by my point, but I also get what you mean. Is there any last comments before we go to the universes and get out of here?
I hope next episode's reward is Scooby Snacks.
I hope that we get an episode where someone's not pulling rocks out of a bag. This is the 3rd in a row, maybe the 4th actually.
Wait, rocks out of what?
Yeah, maybe the 4th actually. Yeah, no, actually. And then if you
Who
count,
pulled a rock this episode?
Yeah, who
there
pulled what?
there was in the press photos they were pulling rocks for this episode.
Oh,
I swear to God.
Press photos.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
I'm a lot happier now than I was at the very start of this podcast after hearing some amazing news. So
What?
that's,
that Ricard. Oh my God, your name! I just realized it. Yeah. Ricard is loving Ricard's life being ruined.
yes, I feel bad for his kids, but not for him. It's okay.
I wonder if
What about a
Ricard
couple
dumped
years?
his husband because he said like, "Come on in, guys," to like a bunch of like a group orgy or something. And he was like, "You can't
That
say,
is true.
guys, that's offensive." And
A
he dumped
group
him.
orgy goes crazy.
I mean, you know
anyways,
he's down with that. Like, I mean,
That's gonna be
Anyway.
a lot of people for a group orgy.
Anyways,
I mean,
come on in,
what-
I'm
guys.
talking like
Anyway.
at least 10 people. Like,
They're fighting for all the fixins. Okay, anyways, what's going on in these?
I do want to mention, like, Jeff did the thing again where someone's
Okay.
sucking at a challenge and is like, "This is how Survivor is played."
Yeah, that
It's
is
like
that
someone in
is
the
really
mud
annoying.
sucking.
That is really like I miss old Jeff where he'd be like, "You shit or go die." Like,
Remember when
And
he like
then
dogged on that
then
one
says,
girl?
Carson's
in
trying it as well. Like, yeah,
Philippines?
Jeff,
guys, talk one at a time. Jesus Lord,
No.
Sky first.
I just remember that when he would dog that one girl in Philippines, like I think it was Kate, he was like, "Wow, like she will be the sole reason why her tribe loses this challenge."
Yeah,
You know what Jeff should have did? He should have said, "Hold up, guys," and then did what Danny did and ran up and farted in Carolyn's face. And
he just popped his shit.
And then
on
he got
Ken. That'd
sexually
be
assaulted
insane,
at their
bro.
union show. And it was
He
a
just
great
dropped a
season.
deuce on Carolyn's. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, meme.
Yeah, then he's like, yeah, and look, Carson's trying to, even while he's sick. Like, what's he gonna do, Jeff? Like, just not try after Carolyn just put
Like,
herself
come on
into the
now.
mud?
Like, what is
I,
he
mean,
just
I
like,
wouldn't have tried after
Like,
Carolyn.
I'm sorry,
because
Carolyn. I
she's
know
so
you just
bad.
tried really hard, but I don't really care that much, actually.
Yeah, I'm just not
Carolyn
gonna
is
try.
one-
Sorry.
Carolyn has to be like a top 10 worst player when it comes to challenges, right? Like she is bad at them. She
And-
is not good.
And a
like,
top 10
and-
player coming to screaming.
And on top of that,
She was like
she
screaming.
she also like just demoralizes the tribe with her screams and like her
I know.
personality.
Like if you hear Carolyn scream during a challenge, it's over, bro.
Like, imagine
It's
you're like
over.
you're like shooting shots into a hoop and you hear in the background. That's not gonna be good at all.
yeah, all the tribes people on that island are probably like hearing that. Like, sounds like
Oh my
someone killed a wild pig.
They must have killed a whale.
Were they
Give
Japanese
accents, bro.
on that island?
That was some cultural appropriation. Anyways, let's go to
Yeah.
Sky. What is going on in Sky?
Yo! Just uploaded a new video. It's 1 hour long. I uploaded it like 2 days ago. So go
Okay.
watch it.
And that's on the
And-
Skylander channel, or is this
Yeah.
Surviving?
That's on Skylander, and then I might have a new video coming out on Surviving this weekend.
Guys, go subscribe right now if you haven't already to Sky's 2 channels. One, his main Skylander Gaming TV, and his Survivor channel that he started recently in Surviving. Meme. Actually, no. First, well, Bitter's me. Okay, we're good. Bitter. What's going on in the Bitter universe?
Okay, I have an idea for a video I was thinking about for a new twist on a season. So for All Stars, I was
Okay.
thinking we could, like the net challenge. We put everyone in nets on the boat and just throw them in the ocean, and whoever gets out wins.
So whoever doesn't die.
Yeah,
So Carolyn's dead.
Typical Bitter.
but we only get the cast from these last 4 seasons.
common Bitter
yes!
SW.
Thank God. That means
You know
everyone from the 40s dies.
I'm
So
really
And
curious.
Dan Spilo, but he gets out. And wins.
All the
I'm really
Come
curious to see like an all-star season, like as far as like the BIPOC stuff, because there's Shan, right? Okay, fine. Shan.
Oh,
what,
they
like,
still gotta
what are they
follow the
gonna
rules?
reach?
No, they
Yeah,
have plenty
yeah.
of numbers to make it the same.
No. But they're okay. So they had like tweeted out, I think like maybe like this is back when they were filming 44 around there, that they, or like maybe right after that, they would only have a returning season with people after 41 right now. So assuming that you have what, Shan, you're reaching for Deshaun at that point.
Yeah,
Erica,
like, why do they have this
is
rule?
it Marianne?
No, they can bring back Marianne. They can bring back Danny.
Oh,
you can bring back James.
Danny, are you kidding?
They're already
me?
gonna bring back Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, well,
You can
that's
bring back James.
oh, that's actually genius by Jeff. He brings back Bruce. It looks all positive, but really it's
Yeah,
just
it's
to
really
fill a
fit their
spot.
quota.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, and then they'll
wow.
also, they'll bring back like Matthew from this season because he fits a gay.
They have to bring
spot.
back Matt.
No.
that's like a grand
Bitter.
wizard. I mean, Grandmaster Chess move.
There's no minimum on gay and like LGBTQ. It's just race.
I know they
No!
just cast everyone's
Dang
just
it!
gay.
Yeah.
in this
So
season.
okay, where's like 9 people of
Well,
color
this has
that
to be
they can
Well,
bring
it just
back?
has to be people of color. They can bring back like Yam Yam.
No,
they
but
can bring back-
bitter.
Or
I'm
Matt?
but no, you're not getting it, guys. I'm saying like where are there good 9 players?
I think
of
Yam
color?
Yam's a big
Friendly
character
fire,
on
bro.
this
What the
season,
heck,
you
bro?
know?
Friendly fire.
Like where's the good? Like okay,
Who was
watch,
the guy?
hold on,
on
hold on,
Where
hold
is
on.
the good?
bitter.
minority?
Hold on, bitter. Hold on. You have Jam Sham. I think those are perfectly acceptable.
Marianne.
Marianne is not acceptable to come back at all. No way.
Yeah,
What
no,
about
everyone,
Rox, Roy?
all the people loved her on Twitter. I think Survivor Kings fans
but
love
bitter.
Marianne.
You're trolling. I'm actually being serious. Like who they bring back? Like Jam and
No, I'm being
and
serious.
Shan.
You don't think Marianne's a fan favorite?
I'm saying as far as like what we would want.
They can bring back
what we
that
would
one
want?
guy.
Yes.
Bro,
I
that's
didn't
not
know.
what we
I didn't
want.
know it was up to us.
But
then I'd
bitter.
bring back no black people.
If bitter. If you had to bring
joking.
back 9
Jesse-
people of hold on, 9 people of color,
Can I
who do
cook?
you pick? from these 4 seasons, whatever.
JD.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
JD, yeah, for sure.
JD, Shan, Jam. Who else? That's like who are they gonna choose?
Oh, wait, let me cook. Hold up.
Someone said Jesse in the comments. Jesse's not black.
Who's the
doesn't
guy who
matter.
lost his pants in 43?
Jesse would work though. He's like Mexican, right? So like it counts.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so Jam,
They could
Jesse,
bring back Omar.
Danny.
Was that his name?
No, Jam, Jesse, Shan, and who's JD. Okay.
Ricard counts as a
technically
POC, right?
counts. Yeah,
No.
Ricard
Oh yeah.
counts.
Okay. So then Ricard. Who else?
Owen, that might be a reach. I'm not
Yeah, they
sure.
probably bring back Owen.
That is a reach, but yeah, sure, I guess. But bitter. We're talking about who we would choose.
But if it was we, I wouldn't pick any of these.
But
people.
bitter, if
I would
you
like
had,
to back. Mm.
if
Oh,
well,
man, it's so
if
hard.
you had to. So
It's
we have
so
6
hard.
now.
No,
We have-
I'd bring. Who was
we
the
have
guy on
6 now.
41? Who was the like fan favorite Puerto Rican
JD.
guy on
Oh,
41?
Puerto Rican guy. Yeah, on 41.
Uh,
Mike. Are you
Mike?
talking about Mike?
Oh,
Or are you
Mike.
No,
talking
remember
about-
he was like a fan favorite, but they went out like at the merge.
No.
He's the guy who got one of the idols.
What are you talking about?
Let me
He's,
see.
he's like he's like the straight yam. You know what I'm talking about?
Nasir?
Yeah, Nasir.
He's Indian.
Nasir, are you kidding me
Oh,
right
whatever. They're-
now? Yeah,
he counts as a POC.
I just wanted to play this out just to like play out the thought experiment. Like the fact that we can't just list off 9 people immediately shows how tough it is going to be to
It's
cast.
because I don't think about
I'd bring
race.
back
I don't know
Brandon.
what the races are just because I'm so.
That's
not
probably what
racist,
they
you
do
know?
in the Survivor cast room. Like, no, not
That
enough
means
race.
they probably have segregated like casting, right? You cast the whiteys, and then you cast it like. And so,
Yeah, literally. Bitter.
Like,
Go
Jeff,
ahead.
you cast the whiteys. I bring
Jeff
back
only-
Brandon.
Jeff-
That'd be a good one, right?
Jeff
Yeah,
and
that
Andy-
is very unfortunate that they're gonna have to stick by this rule that they made, and it's gonna
Omar.
ruin.
Omar would come back.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so
Brandon would come
I
back because
feel,
he's the
I
goat.
feel like you. Oh yeah, no, Brandon. I feel like you have about 7. You are gonna have to
Yeah.
reach on 2.
One every All Star season, there's always like 1 or 2.
Okay, well, like
reaches
I can see
Fine,
the
yeah,
white
fair-
maybe.
fair enough, fair
I don't know if the white's a reach, but I can see
that's
happening.
definitely a reach.
I like the
that's-
white though, so I'm cool with
But
it.
he's
But
not.
Bra-
But he's not like a big returny person. Like
Okay,
Brandon
well,
is.
well, Caleb was on
Bra-
Game Changers, so it's like you
I
know,
could
every
see
single
Dwight
season
coming back
has
as just like a
this.
random person.
Every single season has
I don't
this.
remember
though,
who
There's
Dwight
always a
is.
reach for like 1 or 2.
Hmm.
It's like Game Changers especially have like
All right.
hella reaches.
Interesting
you know?
thought experiment. But we'll,
Brandon would be good
we'll,
though because then you could bring
yes.
Jonathan back and it kind of evens out the muscle.
Smart. Interesting
yeah.
thought experiment. Of course, we will
Black
just have
versus
to
white.
see for
We
Survivor
should do what we should do an episode
46?
on casting our POC All Star cast.
Or maybe
well,
just
I mean,
casting an all-star
yeah,
game.
yeah, facts. Just the.
I'll get the
entire
white.
cast.
I'll cast the white guys. You guys all cast
Okay, yeah.
the other
The
ones.
others. That's crazy. Anyways,
Me can
guys.
cast the white women.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, none of this happens without you guys. Without you guys watching, we're just 4 guys speaking into weird microphones. Keep watching. We got daily content, or at least close to it. We'll have a video Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. 2 out of those 3 days, and then videos next week leading up to yet another live show, as well as the podcast on the weekend. And that's what I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.